What Traverse.today is I'm a technology lawyer, and so I work with startup companies all the time, helping with the intellectual property issues. It's usually some 23-year-old kid in his basement who's pulling down about $8,000 a day, and I'm schlepping away in my law office doing my thing. So I see a lot of things through the years. One of the things that I really enjoy is new GTLDs. So I own a company called Rethink.Domains Today Enterprise, and we build standalone social media properties and associated high-value domain names, which are designed to own the hearts of your customers. Now, I see domain name sales every day. Domain names like Russia.com and many others sell for millions of dollars. Just the domain name. No website, no traction, no nothing. We have new GTLDs that just came out, you may have heard, such as .club. They also sell for high values. Wine.club, $140,000. Even 3-word domain names like TorontoRealEstate.com can go for as much as $140,000. That's a lot of money. Baltic.cruises recently went for $25,000, just the domain name. So if domain names are worth so much money, and they are, then the next phase in GTLDs is to say, let's build something on top of the domain names, and instead of just selling the domain name asset, let's build a turnkey platform for end users. If you're going to advertise in the Ticker or Traverse the magazine, you're going to pay $30,000 or more, $30,000 a year for a good ad in the magazine over their run of issues. Ticker bundle, they're getting $150 per ad per day. So instead of buying monthly advertising space, what if a customer advertiser could own the advertising space? Welcome to Traverse.today, which is a website and associated online media property that we developed over the last year that is the leading online community in the Traverse City area in terms of engagement. What is Traverse.today? It is the best photographs in northern Michigan every day. And why is that important? Because people love photographs of where they live. And so there's some other things in our model which are important, but these are the important things you need to know. We beat the Ticker, we beat the Record Eagle, we beat Glen Arbor, we beat the National Cherry Festival for customer engagement based on our business model of stories about how great Traverse City is and great photographs. And so you can see week in and week out, we basically beat everybody. We have engagement of over 12,000 people commenting, liking, or sharing every month, and over 1 million reach, almost 2 million reach per year based on this business model. So if you're going to pay $30,000 a year as an advertiser for an ad in the Ticker or in Traverse the magazine, what if you could own Traverse.today as a media property and be the sponsor of that property as an advertising, bringing people what they love, which is great photographs and feel-good photographs about where they live, about the greatest place on earth. So that's the general concept of Traverse.today. Now, the reason why this is important is because we not only own Traverse.today, but we own a lot of other .today domain names, and we want to roll this platform out to own the hearts of your town on your platform. Cherry Republic Traverse City has 1/3 the page likes as Traverse.today. Why? Because who wants to have Cherry Republic showing up on their wall with cherries every day? It's not great photographs. So our potential advertisers or buyers of our properties that we develop are all the companies you already know. It's Cherry Republic, it's Fustini's, it's the wineries who can only do so much on their own branded Facebook pages, but could do so much more on the best photographs in northern Michigan every day. And we own the database of the best photographs in northern Michigan, period, bar none, on Traverse.today. We own a lot of domain names, Breckenridge.today, Chamonix.today. We own things from Grosse Pointe.today, Kalamazoo.today, Mackinac.today, Oahu.today. We have a portfolio of what we believe to be a group of domain names that are worth anywhere between $100,000 and $500,000 depending on valuation. But we're not just out there selling domain names. We want to build these properties on the domain names. What we've done with Traverse.today is proof of concept. It can be easily replicated. It's easily saleable to advertisers. So here's the ask. We want to start monetizing, which we have not done at all yet, these properties and build out more properties. So we are asking for $50,000 for a 1/4 interest in the company. We are looking for partners, and we want to start going to customers and saying, and doing our pitch and saying, hey, here's an online property that is the online property in Traverse City. You can own this, or you can rent it, or you can sponsor it for a year and develop the pricing models around that. We do have a lot of secret formula in our sauce, and if anyone is interested in potentially advertising or, in purchasing or becoming an investor, we can sign an NDA with you and show you really how it is that we do what we do and how we've achieved what we've been able to achieve. Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you.
So to boil that down a little bit more,
Sure.
if I want to take something I'm passionate about, .today, you have a list of all these different names, but is .today out there available, or it has to go through you, or you?
It's just
.today?
no. So it's a TLD, just like .com. You can go to GoDaddy. You can register .today domain names and literally hundreds, soon to be thousands of other. You may have heard Google has just rebranded to Alphabet. They're rolling out their company on Alphabet.xyz. Just like .today, it's a new TLD that's being offered. ICANN's breaking up the .com dominance by moving everything to the right of the dot. So .insurance, it'll soon be Hagerty.insurance and not Hagerty.com. And so this is just beginning over the last 18 months, but it's going to continue on into the future. I love the .today extension because it's a call to action today, and it's relevant. You know, when you do your Google search and you come up with all this stuff from 2009, and it just kind of pisses you off because it's not relevant for what you really want right now. So we own Napa today. That's one of the targets that we've got to roll out the same business model in Napa, and then to try and sell that web property and affiliated social media platforms to them so they can run it in addition to their primary marketing site and get all that love and feel good of the community by sponsoring the thing that people love in their Facebook page every day, which is, oh, look at that photograph. We are selling emotions, and that's why Traverse.today has done so well on Facebook.
Is your idea to get some of these things started in those target markets?
Yeah,
you want to get them up and running? And
yes, we know how to make this happen locally, and so we need the resources, financial and otherwise, to do that. We are looking for partners. I practice law all day long, so I know a lot of stuff, and I got the business model documented, but I do need people to help roll it out, and we do need some money to start rolling it out. And testing the market for asset value. If these domain names are worth, $5 or $10, $15,000 as standalone, what is the domain name plus the website plus the platform worth to an advertiser or to an end user?
I assume that you've gotten all of the content from people living in Traverse City, just uploading it for free. Is that
in general, we have right now 10 photographers, 10 of the best photographers. We have deals with them where they are allowed to upload onto our site as long as they don't upload that photo anywhere else for 30 days, so that it's unique content. So if you're a top Ken Scott photographer or what have you locally, you've got your page, but at some point it's really hard to get beyond your community and continue to build and grow. So it's think about it as crowdsourcing Facebook likes if you're a photographer. So that's their incentive.
now, are they paid, or do they just?
They just do it. They want to do it because it gives them reach that they can't get on their own. So the top photographers may have a couple thousand people who like their pages. We have, with really very limited effort and resources, grown to almost 7,000. So it allows them to reach people, to be part of this photographer community that we've built on the back end of the system. And that's why we have the best photographs, because they're not just me.
So obviously there's content that's going to push out, SEO. Who's in charge of the content, and how are you pushing that out in order to gain?
That's great. It's a great question. There is no content. There are just great photographs. Like every other page you go to, and you get some things you like and some things you don't like. You get too much, and you get things that aren't relevant. So if you wanted to roll out a calendaring of what's happening today in Traverse City, the number of people who are actually interested in that is infinitesimally small percentage of 1%. The number of people who are interested in the best photographs in Traverse City is huge, and they love all the photographs. So we have very few people ever running from our thing. As a lawyer, I understand that simplicity in business model is one of the big differentiators in success. And what we were able to do is get rid of all the junk and just great photographs of Traverse City.
No, sorry.
Go ahead.
For the advertising to work, they need to be able to physically be on the Facebook page, correct?
Yes.
Not just have the images in their feed.
True.
Can you tell me the ratio or whatever metrics you guys have between actual people who, you know, if you have 7,000 people that like the page versus how many people actually visit the page on a daily basis?
Sure,
Versus what's in their feed?
that's engagement, and
Yep.
that's where we blow everyone else locally out of the water, because a photograph brings a comment, brings a like, and brings a share. So those statistics we saw comparing us to the Ticker and the Record Eagle and everyone else is a good illustration of what, I'm not interested in 1 out of 30 Ticker stories, but I definitely am interested in every sunset picture. And so that's where our engagement comes from, is from the fact that it's ubiquitous and there's nothing controversial about it.
Are the photographs, are they able to be saved by the viewer on their own hard drive? If it is there any type of copyright or fee paid to the photographer that took that picture?
Yeah, just like any other photo that's on the web, the photographer owns the copyright. We have a license agreement between the photographers and Traverse Today that provides us some additional rights and opportunities to monetize. But as an end user, you cannot violate anyone else's copyright. So yeah, you could put it on your computer and look at it, but you can't do anything commercially with it, that's for sure.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right.